Hello, my friends. Pernille here. I'm coming in with hopefully some fresh inspiration for us all to re engage in the longing in our heart. Yes, I have talked so much about it, and I cannot even tell you how important that is in my experience. I see it often that when I work with my clients that there's a tendency to ignore the deeper longing, but there is still some kind of a discomfort, something that they want to get somewhere. And then without going into the core of their longing, and we all do this, right? There's a tendency to go out there or up here and try and figure out what needs to happen out here to hopefully get what we long for in here, but it's not conscious. So there is a feeling of wanting something, but if we don't go in there and really explore it and listen to it and open up to it and make ourselves available for it, it's just sitting in there as some kind of a discomfort. It's like, I want something. I don't want what I have. And then because we're not connected to what it is, and for most of us, it is peace, peace. It's basically the core of most that I talk to, and including myself, but there can be layers on top of that. Love, connection, um, being open-hearted, being a divine channel for the divine. I mean, there are flavors around it, but when we have those flavors covered, then we actually can start feeling peace. So peace is what we want when we go down deep enough to really feel what is it that I really, really want. And I want to invite you to do this with me right now, just to check with you, with yourself. What is it that I really, really want? And if you're not connecting with it, that's fine, but make that a daily practice. Use that in your meditation. Wanting something or longing for something is not unspiritual. It's actually as spiritual as it gets because what you feel in here, the longing, is spirit exposing itself of what spirit is, of what your true nature, your divine essence. So you're feeling this pressure from within telling you, peace. It's giving you a sense of peace, and you feel that as like, oh, longing or love or whatever it is, peace and quiet. And it's a real feeling. But because many have been programmed to believe that it's not spiritual to want anything, and it's such a misconception, it's such a crazy programming, because when we really learn to listen to it, I think it's the most spiritual thing we can do because we connect back with our essence where there is only peace. And then we don't need to try and leave our experience to try and do all the things that we think we have to do in order to experience peace. I'm not saying we should not do some of the deeper inner work to uncover the layers that tell us that we need to be whatever it is, something else than we are in order to experience peace. That is a big part of the work. So we need to find out what is it here that tells us to go out here in the hopes that that will give us peace, that will give us love, that will give us fulfillment. That's how the human psyche is programmed. to function. And it is a program. I always use the word program because we are programmed to believe that we are not already that we are seeking, because we are that, but we have to turn in to experience that and make it real. It's not just some fancy saying, you are what is it? What is you are seeking, what is seeking you. You may have heard that. And that is absolutely true. But we move away from it. And if we take it seriously, it's like, oh, what I'm seeking is seeking me. So I should go here and see, what is it that I'm seeking? Peace. Oh, so peace is seeking me. Peace is wanting to express itself as me, through me. And that's why we do need to let go of this as much as we can. If you can't let go of any of this, then please reach out for help. This is part of what I do in my life. I support people in connecting back and disconnecting from what is not true. Disconnecting by using self-love, by meeting it gently. It's like this soft meeting. Your consciousness meets with it from a place of softness and kindness, instead of just like, oh, I gotta get rid of this and I need to do this for that. It doesn't work that way. That's all matrix stuff. That's all programming. So just again to remind us all how important it is to really honor what it is that you long for at the deeper level. If you long for something up on more superficial, and I don't mean that negatively. For instance, if you are homeless, if you are hungry, you don't have enough, those needs need to be met. I'm not saying ignore them, but also please don't ignore what is deeper than that. Because once you're fed, if you're hungry and you're fed, then you can relax a little more, right? Then there is already a little more peace. You're not out there trying to survive. So you can relax a little bit. And then you may have some extra awareness that you can turn in as like, what is it that I really want? I says, I want peace. I want fulfillment. I want to make sure my needs are met, because then I can relax and then I can feel peace. You see, it always comes back to the relaxing and the peace. And there are certain needs that need to be met until we're even able to consider that. When you are in survival mode, it's very hard to take a break and just go and find peace. And also, when we have old patterns, whether they're from this lifetime or other lifetimes, and I know for spiritual people, light workers, whatever, misfits, whatever we want to call it, we probably have some lifetime memories that can still live as a trauma in our nervous system. It's something that I have been working on myself, and there's actually a next layer has been surfacing lately that I'm just really welcoming up to be released now. So those should not be ignored. But I would say that the more we rest in this peace inside, then we make ourselves outlets or portals for the peace. And the peace helps to dissolve these layers of the nervous system, of past lives, whatever it is, whatever memories or imprints that are still in our field. They help that. So that might mean that you will meet somebody who can actually assist you in that in a good way. So going to the source of what we want, of what we long for, is very, very important for all of us, so that it can start expressing itself in our experience and not just be suppressed. So it can be expressed instead of suppressed. And that's why we need to become aware of what it is and then really make ourselves available for it. And what I see often in when I work with my clients is that there's just like, oh yeah, just a quick dip in and then go up again. Yeah, but I need to do this and I need to do that. And there's this going on and that going on. And those parts need something before they can actually relax enough to feel what's really here. I often use, I do use different things, but I often use tapping. If you're familiar with EFT tapping, that definitely helps dissolve some of this stuff here. It's amazing. It's just amazing every single time how then like, oh, there's like suddenly more space because that stuff here, it's kind of being released. And then it's much easier to access this. So the work is working it from both sides, but do not ignore going to the longing and make yourself available for that.